So, what would you say is the biggest hurdle, kind of like maybe if you can encapsulate it or contextualize it for getting good sleep? If you can break it down to like three simple things, or what could somebody just bite off on?
It's really easy for people to consume the top three items. So I would say top three on my list right now are consistency within your sleep schedule. That's
Hmm.
tough for, pilots and team guys. We like to do whatever we want to do. Or artists, right? When we have that passion, that 10 o'clock, you know, Ayurvedic kick into another energy cycle and we're just on an artistic binge, what do we do, right? I say go with it. But the challenge is if you're already strung out on sleep, that could be a bad choice. If your tanks are on full and you have room to have a little bit of a sleepless night because you're passionate about what you're doing, then that's your choice and you should live your life. But consistency overall builds the sleep architecture that we rely on. And the more that you change your sleep cycling, i.e., nurses and shift workers, the more your sleep architecture begins to break down, your hormones will get out of synchronization. Things will start to go awry within your body. And the net result of that is that you will develop health conditions, potentially mental health conditions, but definitely we see increased rates of hypertension and, cancer rates. I mean, like the list is so long that pretty much everything is negatively impacted if you're not getting good sleep. So consistency and schedule is one. I would say the second thing is the sleep dojo. The sleep dojo is a word that I like to use because I think it really embodies martial arts, right? We do all these positive steps as we enter into our sleep dojo, and it sort of just triggers sleep because we go back to the first example of good sleep habits and positive sleep schedules. So sleep dojo. And then I would say probably the third thing is being able to connect the mind with the body. Too many of us are completely disconnected. So the reason I say that, I know that sounds super weird, but in connecting our mind to our body, we're sensitive of our autonomic nervous system. We're sensitive to our stress levels, meaning are we sympathetically engaged with our environment? Meaning, is there a threat? Is there a perceived threat? Is that how our nervous
Yeah.
system is responding? Because it shifts the energy and our bodies can be in this clinch and it makes it easier for our minds to spiral out of control. Or if our minds spiral out of control, thinking about work tomorrow or a death in the family yesterday, these things that are not
Yep.
present, then it deviates away. And, frankly, it's impossible to get effective sleep if we're always spun up like that. We see that a lot with first responders.
Yeah.
But if we're able to be sensitive to our body, right, whether that's with breath work, meditation, mindfulness, prayer, you choose. But if we have that moment of stillness, as Ryan Holiday, Stillness is the Key is the book, then we're able to sense through what it means to downregulate. And the term that we like to use is shifting from a sympathetic nervous system to a parasympathetic, meaning that we're no longer actively engaged in some sort of threat in our environment.